I want to actually thank Babi and Ektaji and Komalji and Kulpreetji for sharing their experiences, because for me, it's been a year and a half, almost 2 years. And so hearing them reminds me of where I was almost 2 years ago. And it also reminds me of what Gurudev and Guruji always say, where it's just the beginning. There's so much more to go, and that's just the beginning of the journey. And I see, hearing their stories, how far I've come in 2 years. And I was not expecting that, 2 years ago, because that expectation is that you cross over and that's it. So I want to thank them. And I think from what I remember 2 years ago and what everyone has kind of mentioned, it's that expectation. Before I met Gurudev, astrologers and other swamis have told me that this would be my journey. And then even when afterwards, mentors or participants would make these cryptic remarks. It's snowing here. That's why I have this blanket on. And I'm so cold. But people would tell me these things, and I would internalize that to have this expectation that this would happen to me. And the more people would say, I think the harder I would try for it, and holding on tighter to that idea of achieving that thing that I didn't quite understand at the time. And I realizing that people kind of go in batches, and there were 4 of us that went in our Swar class, and every other day someone was receiving it, was getting blessed. And I think someone had gone first, and then that shattered something in me, because it was that expectation of where's me, where's mine, and I remember I was lying in bed one morning before I got up, and I looked at my wall, and for some reason I just let it go. That expectation was dropped. And it wasn't that thing of where you say, or what I would say, I'm gonna drop this expectation, but with still the expectation that once I drop it, I'm gonna get it. It wasn't even that, because that's an expectation, and that's not how this works. And I remember just dropping it. And the next day is when Gurudev blessed me. And so what I remember is that just holding on to it, holding on tighter and tighter and tighter, was the thing that I was doing wrong. And the second I let it go, I realized that it's actually it's so easy to let it go. But for some reason, I was making it too hard. But it's literally just holding a feather and opening your hand and letting it go. It's that easy. And that's my memory of it from back then.
चालू करो। हाँ। जय गुरुदेव। विकास जी, आपका वजन बताइए। 79। 2 उंगली से कोशिश करिए उनको उठाने की। डालो घुटने में, बगल में। नहीं ना, नहीं उठा। अभी राइट हैंड, आपका राइट हैंड रखो। आपका लेफ्ट हैंड, आपका लेफ्ट। 1 2 3 साथ में निकालो। चलो।